Just be calm. Just be calm. You know, sometimes we tend to overhype situations. You know, kind of our imagination gets in our own way.
Yeah.
You know, and at the time, you know, Bryant, D-Wade, and a lot of those guys, especially Bryant, was still young.
Yeah.
And hadn't really figured out those pressure situations. And for me, I was able to detach myself from it and to allow the work that I've put in at practice to manifest itself during the game.
Right.
Right? So there's no need to panic. Like I've taken these shots thousands and thousands of times before.
Right.
Nothing changes.
Yeah.
I've had games that I've won, games that I've lost at the buzzer. You show up the next morning and you get to practice again anyway.
Right.
Right? So not getting in your own way. You know, the most important thing about it is curiosity. That's the first step. Is, you know, do you have a curiosity to learn more and to figure out, you know, it's not good enough to just understand that something worked or didn't work, but you have to figure out why it worked and why it didn't work. And then take it a step further, figure out how you can manifest those things into existence the next time. Right? So like if you take a game, for example, you watch a game happen, you look at a team that goes on a 15-2 run or something like that, and when you're watching film, most of the times people look at it and say, okay, yeah, that team played well, that team didn't play well. But no, but you gotta look at why those runs happen, what play started it, and then how do you stop it, right? What little itty-bitty things led to a 15-2 run?
Yeah.
And then you figure out how to make those things happen again.
Right.
So they don't become an accidental thing, but you play with purpose.
And it's the same thing in business.
Same thing. And the first thing that came to my mind was those Nat Geo shows where you see a lion and he's got his sight set on some poor antelope. And, you know, and then they zoom in on the lion's expression, right? And the crazy thing about it is that you see all these gnats buzzing around his eyes and landing on his, and I remember watching the show and being like, that has to feel really weird, right? Like I'd be like, right? But the lion didn't do that. His gaze and his focus was completely fixated on what he was going after and what he was there to kill.
Yeah.
Right? So those gnats and that stuff's irrelevant. Yeah, they're buzzing around, but they're not important. So if you find yourself getting distracted by things that are pulling at you on the perimeter, maybe you need to look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you as focused as you should be? And truth be told, bro, if you sat down as entrepreneurs and you pitched an idea to a person, and the person was like, oh, that's a great idea, I see the vision, you gotta go and rethink your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you wanna be able to swim in waters nobody else has swam before. Right? You want to be able to carve your own lane in areas that nobody else saw or knew, you know, was possible. So if you do feel that sense of isolation and a little anxiety and fear there, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It means you're doing the right thing.
Can you begin to assess why you lost this series?
Nah, I mean, you know, we have a million and one excuses that we could go to. Fact of the matter is, we're not going to make any. They played better than we did in the series. We had opportunities to win it. Didn't go for us. You know, so we just have to regroup. Like I said, next season starts right now, and you know, come back next season ready to play.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
Kobe, we thank you for your time.
All right.